All right, guys, I am on my way to pick up your books. And I wanted to give you guys some kudos because this book would not be made possible if it wasn't for you guys being willing to be vulnerable as writers. It really is a tip of the hat to you guys as writers that this gets done at all. And I'm really proud that we've been able to do this for you for the third year in a row. And I know that this year had its complications and challenges, but you guys rose to meet every single one of them. So I hope you're celebrating with some family and friends right now and really just basking in the glory of what it is to be a writer for the moment. I'm going to turn you guys over to our keynote speaker, who is
Jack Castle.
And I want you to really pay attention to what Jack has to say, because Jack is a professional author. He's authored several books, and he really knows what he's doing and knows how to get people to that published author state. And it's a lot of work to get there. And you guys are in the very beginning steps of really your writer's journey. So I think it's awesome that you guys are taking these steps, and I'm really glad to be a part of those, and I'm glad to be a part of helping you get there. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Jack, and I hope you get some great information and some inspiration from Jack Castle.
Jack Castle. Now there's an odd fellow if I ever met one.
An odd fellow indeed. But Jack has embraced his oddness as a writer. Jack Castle's novels are consistently ranked in the top 100 best-selling books on Amazon and are available worldwide. He's published in print and ebook on iTunes, Kobo, and Barnes & Noble. The Coeur d'Alene Press labeled Jack as the man of adventures, partially because he's traveled the globe as a professional stuntman for stage, film, and television. So let's jump into his stranger world.
First came radio, then television. Of course, virtual reality lasted only long enough for hologram rooms to become a household name. Still, the suspense of disbelief was never enough. And then, Henry Stranger revealed his full immersion theme parks to the world. Pick any land you like, historic or romantic, real or imagined, it didn't matter. Within a single generation, more people lived, worked, and played inside Henry Stranger worlds than out of them. And then, something happened.
What in the world?
Oh, hello there!
Hello? Sir? Excuse me, sir? Hello? This is ridiculous. I'm talking to a lamppost.
Greetings and exaltations! Hello there, my dear lady. Hello.
Hello. I'm sorry, can you help me? Where am I?
Where are you? Now that is an excellent question. An excellent question indeed. Welcome, my dear. Welcome to Stranger World.
Hi
everybody. I'm Jack Castle. Congratulations to everyone who participated in this amazing program. I wish that I had something like this when I was younger. But Nathan he called me up and he asked if I would be the one to come by and congratulate you. And I want to say congratulations. You guys are authors. You did it. You wrote something and it's now in a book. No one can ever take that away from you. I meet so many people since I've been published, traditionally and self-published, and at all these conferences and literary workshops. And they all come up to me, and not all of them, but a lot of them come up to me and say, oh, I have this great idea for a book. And I say, really? Have you written it down? And they say, no. Well, you and I both know those aren't writers, those aren't authors, those are thinkers. You guys have gone from thinkers to writers because of this program. So congratulations, and you should be very happy about that. I would be. I wanted to tell you 3 things that I wish somebody told me when I first started writing books. I started writing books probably about your age. I just didn't know I was a novelist. I thought I was going to be a military and I was going to be a Marine. I had no idea I was going to be a best-selling author. Farthest thing from my mind, but I love to write. It was like a sickness. So these are the 3 things that I wish early on in my writing career, when I realized I was going to be a published author, that I wish someone had taken the time to tell me. All right, so here we go. Oh, this is a good one. Make sure you want to be an author for the right reason, okay? I've met a lot of people. I've helped a lot of people get published. I've helped a lot of people get self-published. One of my favorites is my boss. Gary Norton owns Silverwood Theme Park. He doesn't need the money, okay? The guy has a 151-foot yacht. Does not need the money. So he's not writing for money. He's writing for, he had so many people say, hey, Gary Norton, why did you write this book? And he said, you know what? I have so many people ask me, why did you start a theme park in North Idaho? And how did you do it? He goes, I decided to write it all down and just let them know, hey, this is why I did this. Another one of my favorites is Colonel Robert Boyd. I feel weird calling him Robert because he always says, I'm Bob, call me Bob. And he's a genuine World War II pilot who got shot down in Germany, captured by Germans, and escaped. And he said, you know what? I don't care about making money, because he knew he was near the end of his life. He said, I just want this so my family knows my story, because he had never told it before. So he sat down and he wrote the story. Maybe you have something to share with the world. I've met a lot of really generous people who want to share healing and helping with people, and they write their books. So maybe you have something to share. But don't do it for the money, because if you do it for the money, it'll never be enough. I hear people say, oh, I got $50. I'm so happy, but if only it were $500, because then I could pay my rent. And then they get $500 a month. And they say, oh, if only it was $5,000, then I could quit my day job. I could just write full time. And then they get $5,000 a month. And it's never enough. So make sure you're writing because you want to write. Now, a lot of people ask me, Jack Castle, why do you write? And I say, I have no choice. It's a sickness, okay? If I'm on a plane going somewhere, I steal people's napkins because I want to write notes down on the back of the napkin. This is before I learned to always carry a legal pad with me. Whenever I write a book, I usually have a box of tissues, napkins, anything I can get my hands on and jot down notes. And for about a year, and then I sort it all out, and that's my process. But I can't not write. It never occurred to me in a million years someone would pay me to write a book. In fact, in 2015, I was actually taking 22 years of manuscripts, and I grabbed the kitchen trash can, and I was actually throwing them away. And my wife said, what are you doing? And I said, Netflix. Nobody's going to read books anymore. And she said, before you throw them all away, send one into a publisher. And I did. I sent it to the largest publisher, sci-fi fantasy publisher in North America. It was picked up 2 months later, and the rest is history. My first book, Europa Journal, was the best-selling book on Amazon worldwide for 2 days straight. So my point, though, is I have to write. If that never happened, if I never made a nickel, I would still be writing. I love to write. I might have thrown those stories away, but I would have been working on a new book. So make sure you answer this question early on. If you never make a dime writing, are you still going to write? If you can say yes, you're an author. All right, that's number one. Make sure you write for the right reason. Number two, other than a great editor, this is a good one. There is a lot of people preying on you guys. Not praying, but like trying to get your money, okay? They're called vanity presses, is really what it is. And here's how you know a scam from the real deal, okay? An agent doesn't ask you for money, a real agent, out of New York usually, sometimes LA, but a real agent, and let's cut to the chase. We're all author friends here. You want an agent out of New York. That's where it still happens. I know everything's going online, everything. You need an agent out of New York. So an agent is never going to say, hey, for $2,000, I'll represent you. I'll bring you to the big 5 publishers. No, an agent, a real one out of New York, he's going to go, I think Stranger World is actually going to, that'd be great if you do a graphic of Stranger World. But Stranger World is a great book, and I know just the publisher is going to do it, and that's how he makes his money, off of an advance from the publisher. Publishers, any publisher who calls you up, and they will, they're very good at convincing you they're an actual publisher. So be very careful when they go, we want to publish you. The moment they say, we have different packages, and for $3,000, we'll publish your book. Now, normally I stop there when it comes to vanity presses. However, I have met a few vanity presses where if you don't know how to find an editor, you don't know how to find a cover artist, you don't know how to reach a publisher, and you have the money, $2,000 to $5,000 to $7,000 to pay them up front to help you get your book on the shelf, well, then maybe you can do that. I never wanted to just part with all that money. But just know, there's really only 2 people you want to give your money to up front, okay? If you don't hire an editor to go over your work, a professional editor, whatever you can afford, you're not going to be able to compete. It could be the next Harry Potter. It could be the next great James Rowland's, James Patterson, Michael Crichton book. But if it's not up to the standards of the industry, and that's with an editor, you're not going to compete. I do highly recommend, before you start shopping a script around, a novel, a manuscript around, hire an editor, okay? Number 2, if you don't know how to do really great covers, and you don't want to take the time to learn how to do that, I would recommend hiring a really great cover artist. You're in luck. I have both. I've used the very best editors in the industry, and they're actually quite expensive. As it turns out, there was an editor here that I ran into, and she ended up editing one of my books after it had already been edited, and she found mistakes. I hired her immediately, and she's actually affordable. So if you need an editor, you need a cover artist, this is for free for me, not them. Absolutely email me at jackcastlebooks@aol.com. I know, AOL.com. Who does that anymore? This guy. It was just a joke when I started it, and now I can't change it. But if you need an editor or a cover artist, the 2 things I do recommend spending money on, email me at jackcastlebooks@aol.com. That's the only time you should spend money. Now, normally I say the only 2 things. There is a third. The third is constantly improve your craft. Even even the greats, right? They're constantly going out and going, how can I be a better author? They're constantly reading. Stephen King said, the only way you can be an author is not only write a lot, but read a lot. There's no quick way around these two things that I'm aware of. We read a lot, not only for enjoyment, but wow, look at the way they did this. Oh, I would have never thought of doing a point of view from the villain versus the hero in this scene. So constantly do anything you can to improve your craft. Now, I do teach classes at North Idaho College, but this isn't a sales pitch because the classes are already filled in September. But there will be classes, 2 more classes, and then that's it. I don't have time for any more. In October, I think there's about 3 seats left. So that's North Idaho College. Again, just email me for details if you want to get in that class. If they don't let you in, tell them Jack Castle sent you, and maybe we can squeeze you in somehow. So number 1, know why you want to be an author. And number 2, the only people you should pay up front is an editor and a cover artist and anything to improve your craft. Let's see, number 3. This is my favorite one. Okay, if I could only tell myself, younger self, one thing about writing and getting published, it would be this. Okay, all that other stuff is fine, but this is the most important. A lot of people are going to tell you why you can't succeed. The guy who wrote Rambo, you guys are pretty young. I don't know if you remember Rambo, Sylvester Stallone. But the author of Rambo is David Morrell. And David Morrell would be the first one to tell you out of only 1,000 people in North America, so all of North America, make an annual income of more than $7,000. It's actually like 6,900 and something, okay? That's not a lot. Only 1,000 authors. There's 16 million authors right now on Amazon, and according to his statistics, only 1,000 of them are making any money. But Amazon is changing that. Amazon self-publishing is changing that. It's a different world for you guys. It's a wonderful world. Look at how much you guys have to write for. Netflix, Hulu, movies, television, and we need you guys. We need good authors because people keep regurgitating the same stuff. So keep writing. So the number 1 takeaway I want you to have is this. Don't let anyone tell you you're not going to succeed. Especially you. You don't need to be the one telling you. There's going to be plenty of people who are going to tell you that you're not going to make it, or here's all the reasons why you'll never make any money. If you're a true author and you have to write for whatever reason you come up with, you have to continue writing. Don't let you be your greatest enemy. Even Stephen King, after all the money he's made, all the movies he's done, he still does the same thing. He pulls out his laptop. It's in his book. He pulls out his laptop and he says, "This is absolute garbage." And he ends up throwing it away in the trash can. And the next morning, he pulls it out of the trash can, he looks at the pages, and he says, you know what? This ain't half bad. And he keeps going. So even if Stephen King, after all the success he's had, can have that much doubt, don't be surprised if you have doubt too. So if there's one takeaway, it's this, is believe in yourself, keep going, keep writing, you're going to get there. I hope all this helped. Stephen King once said, if you're brave enough to start, then you will. I hope this helps. I'm Jack Castle. If we can help you in any way, shoot me an email. Thank you very much. And keep writing.
Here they are, guys. Your 2020 Teen Summer Writing Program issues. Looking pretty good. You guys should all be really proud about the work that you put into these. there y'all are. Awesome job, you guys. You did an awesome job with this year and every year. So proud that we were able to do this for a third season. And I hope you guys are really celebrating with your family and friends. Cover art and all the art inside was done by Kyla Weems. Now, I don't know if you guys know Kyla, but Kyla works at the library. She's one of our circulation assistants. She helps get all of the books back to the shelves for people to be able to check out, and does a lot of really vital work at the library. But I thought you should check out her reaction when she saw this book. So I'm going to switch over to that real quick.
Thank you. Oh, you packaged it. Oh, that is so cool. I love it.
Oh, elbow bump.
Elbow. There we go.
Oh, you're still here.
All right, you guys, I want to thank you for sticking it out this long and let you know that we will be doing the Teen Summer Writing Program again next year, and I would love to have all of you participate in the program again. That's all we've got for you today. Thanks for participating this year, and I look forward to seeing you again next year.
Run along now.